Timo, we are here at YCS Portland with everyone. We got Mr. Bortle over here, we got Team Nightmare over here, and who are we with?
Randy Moreno.
And what did you do today?
Top 32 with LunaLight Orcusts.
Okay, so why did you decide to go with this deck out of the incredibly diverse field of decks that you could have played for this event?
I knew I wanted to play Orcust, and I saw my friend playing Orcust or LunaLight at the Worlds, and he was just smacking people, so I was like, I should try this for the YCS. And so that's basically how the idea was born. After I saw the combos that he was showing me, I was like, as you guys will see, so.
Must have worked out for you. All right,
yeah. All right. Oh, so here's the YCS mat that I won. It's pretty dope. And then the team, or 2 more seconds. And then, okay. So starting off with one of the best cards in the deck, LunaLight Kaleido-Chick. Its effect is as a cost to basically Armageddonite send any LunaLight from the deck or extra deck to the graveyard, and then it gains its name. So I've had one person ash me, and I was like, yeah, it's an effect. He's like, oh. So that was the free ash. And then, yeah, it sets up for like literally any good combo in your deck. And if it gets banished, it has your opponent can't activate cards until the end of the battle phase, during the battle phase. So it's cute with like evenly matched, but I should have ran it, but I did not. 1 Emerald Bird. In case you run out of things to send with Kaleido-Chick for whatever reason, it also has an effect when it's normal special summon, you can discard a LunaLight card to add 1 or to draw 1. And if it's sent to the graveyard by an effect, you special summon a LunaLight, level 4 lower. I used this about once or twice and for like 1 game. Yellow Martin is really, really good. It's like a Zephyros, or for those who don't know, if it's in the hand or graveyard, Zephyros isn't in the hand. You target a LunaLight card you control, return it to the hand, summon this from the graveyard, and if you do, it gets banished. So most of the time you like overlay on top of it so you can save it, but if it gets banished, that's fine, you run 2. And then if it's sent to the grave by a card effect, you search your deck for a LunaLight spell or trap. And I have 1 target for that. So yeah, Yellow-Chick or Kaleido-Chick and Yellow Martin are like super good together. And then this is probably like the best card in the deck. It's definitely the most abused card. LunaLight Tiger, basically a not hard once per turn monster reborn for LunaLights, and you can return it with Yellow Martin and other cards you'll see. And if it's destroyed, like Ogred, you still get to summon. So like that's bonkers. Like everyone had to read this card. It's just insane how in a new age, Yu-Gi-Oh, this has no once per turn clause. So that was insane. Next is LunaLight Wolf. This was an uncommon choice for the deck overall, but my friend, he told me to have diverse options going first or second, and I wanted to have those options, and this was the second best option to go, or the first best option to go second. So, and it's a Miracle Fusion for LunaLight Fusion in your deck. So that's not Miracle Fusion is banish LunaLights in your graveyard to summon it. So that's pretty easy to do with Kaleido-Chick since it's not once per turn. And the monster effect is garbage. But a weakness for this is Ogre. If they Ogre this, I can't kill him. But we have ways around that. I used it only once actually, so I might cut it. Same with Black Sheep. You run Black Sheep to get LunaLight Wolf because you send it with Kaleido-Chick. Or you can search it with other cards that I run. But yeah, this was mostly a brick when I drew it because, yeah, I would definitely not run these 2 again. Reborn Tengu is definitely an uncommon pick for this deck also. It's just free link climbing if you don't happen to draw any of your combo pieces, which mathematically can happen. It was pretty good. It definitely got like Ash and negated. So it was perfect bait. You link climb, and yeah, it's Beast Warrior, so it's searchable. You can go into some other extra deck cards that I'll show you. But yeah, I definitely enjoyed the Reborn Tengu. Wish I used it more, but it was definitely really good. Next is Blackwing Zephyros the Elite. It's basically another copy of Yellow Martin, and it's also searchable. And it's a cost to return. So you basically return Tiger, but in a pinch you can return other LunaLight cards if you need them in your hand for whatever reason for a combo. Yeah, it's essential for like the pro combo move that I'll show you guys. Next is Dark Referent Armageddonite. Dark Abuse is pretty good. These trigger a myriad of cards. It'll trigger Yellow Martin or Emerald Bird. And that's just the beginning. It helps you basically set up anything you might not have based off different cards that you draw. But yeah, definitely really good. Next is Shaddoll Dragon. Obviously you can dump it with this. And yeah, its effect is pretty solid. Next is a 6 danger package with uncommon picks. I was told to run Nessie, but I didn't want to run Nessie because it's not a lower level if I wanted to rank 4. So 2 Jackalope because it summons the 4s, and the 4s are very important for this deck. Mothman because you can draw discard, and the discard will trigger certain effects like Martin, Emerald Bird, or Zephyros if you draw it, or Dragon, or LunaLight Wolf. Like there's plenty of things you can do with Mothman. It's definitely good. I probably would have ran 3, but I didn't. Chupacabra, I probably should have run only 1 because I drew Chupacabra first and it was a dead draw when it got hit, and yeah, that was not good. But yeah, definitely nice danger package. And then finishing up with the main deck combo pieces with the small Orcust engine. This pretty much, after you do the main combo, you finish with the Orcust setup, which is super nice. World 1 was actually never dead because the main combo needs to summon Nightmare, and which obviously any Orcust combo with Wand is even extended more. So it's definitely good, and you have lots of ways to discard. So yeah, I would definitely run a second Nightmare. I've lost probably 3 games because I did not use the second Orcust Nightmare, and that was very painful. So definitely run 2. Yeah, pretty much explains that. And then for hand traps, I ran the Gamma package. It was pretty good. It definitely won me a game by itself. It's searchable, so that's pretty good. The driver isn't really dead because you can discard almost at will. And yeah, it's pretty good. And if it gets summoned on your turn, you can use that as link stuff, so that's pretty good. Definitely liked it. And then 1 Ogre, 1 Ash. The ratios turned out pretty nicely. Actually, I Ashed the Orcust LunaLight mirror for game, so that was pretty nice. And Ogre, it was okay. I probably would have just run a second Ash. But I mean, in theory, Ogre is good, but in the games that I played, Ash would have been better. And then the last 2 monster slots are Radian, the Kaiju. I usually went first. Also, I planned to go blind first, but I won all my die rolls. I think I lost like 2. So that was pretty nice, as this deck needs to go first. Well, it doesn't need to, but it wants to. Gets rid of problematic cards like combo deck, Guard Dragon combo, or whatever thing you just need tributed that can't be destroyed, or just gets rid of problem cards. And it's a dark, so if you Orcust combo, you can still summon it for whatever reason if you draw it with a danger or some whatever. So that's it for the monster count. Let's get rid of this. Whatever. 3 Tenki, it's Rhoda at 3 for Beast Warriors. That's pretty good because Rhoda's at 1. Literally get any LunaLight combo piece that's except Wolf. Yeah, it's good, and you can set it with certain other cards. And a boost attack, but that never really, it's not like the 100 attack added up or anything. Foolish Burial Goods, super good starter card. Like, you always want to see this. These 2 in your opening hand is combo for sure. And it's just nuts. So you can Tenki for Kaleido Chick, and Yellow Martin is combo. And these both get that because you send, with goods, you send LunaLight Perfume, which when it's in the graveyard, you can banish it to discard a card and search for a LunaLight monster. which is basically Tenki times 2. So you're running 9 Tenkis technically, and this isn't once per turn, so that's mega busted. And then this will also send something else if you need to. Foolish. All your monsters are dark, and actually that doesn't matter. But they have a lot of them have effects that need to activate when they're sent. So like Yellow Martin, Emerald Bird, or just anything you want to revive with perfume. It's just really solid. Or if you want to extend your Orcust play, Foolish Berry will do the trick. Rhoda, because you get Armageddon Knight and Grepher. Definitely good. Card Destruction is a cute card because Dangers and Orcust cards and LunaLight cards want to be in the graveyard. Well, most of them do. So that's pretty good. It's definitely Ash bait. You don't need it to go off, but if it does, you're great. You plus off destruction or card destruction. So that's pretty good. I'm surprised a lot of lists aren't running this. So, and then Shaddoll Fusion for going second, which is why I run the 1 dragon. Super good if it goes off. It's like Foolish and of search for a LunaLight trap in one, and you get Window, which you usually use for link material, but it's just so, and you send a Yellow Martin, which you want in the grave. It's so good. It's negate bait for combo decks. It's amazing. I was told not to run this, but I did, and I was told to run it, and I did not want to, but I did, and I do not regret it. Next is for traps, Serenade Dance, which is searchable with Martin. Super good. If you discard it, which you have many ways, you banish it and send a card from your hand to the graveyard to summon a LunaLight monster, which will trigger card effects being sent. So like Yellow Martin or Emerald Bird will trigger. If you're using this Emerald Martin, you need another one for Emerald Martin, but this is super good. Send it with goods, really good. I would run 2 though. Orcust Crescendo, I have Orcust cards, you end on this. It's really good. There's not much to say about it. It's really good. And then the defining thing of my deck is Summon Limit. Basically, it just wins games on its own. And there's combos with it that I will show you when I show you my extra deck. But definitely the best card in my deck. So I'll show you.
How many cards?
52. 52. Definitely a big deck. I would probably try to cut it. Yeah, but I definitely wasn't upset at the number. I drew fine. Yeah, I enjoyed the ratio of cards. I don't know if I could cut it down to 40. So yeah, I would probably continue to have it that size.
Let's go through side and extra real quick.
Which one? Side?
Whichever.
Let's do extra. So to start off the combo with Kaleido and Martin, you run Force Tricks. It basically searches Zephyros. And you need Zephyros to continue your plays with Tiger. You just bounce it. You bounce Tiger like 3 times. It's really stupid. Oh, and also really good. And it's Ash bait, which is fine. You don't need it to go off. It's nice, but you don't need it to go off. But it extends your plays immensely. Then after that, you'll have 2 monsters to summon Phoenix, which is just materials to summon Mermaid. Discard your Zephyros to summon Nightmare Mermaid. And if you know the combo, you summon 3 level 4s in addition to Nightmare Orcust. And from there, you use Orcust and 2 others, 2 different type monsters to make Curious, which will send any card, mainly this one, to the graveyard. And you're gonna get it back later. And then its effect to mill 3 is pretty good, because if you mill extra Orcust cards, that's great. But I've milled Crescendo, and that sucked, but that's fine too, because you can just go into Ding. And then you summon Griffin, because you have 1 more material to go into Griffin. Griffin's nuts. Basically says your opponent's special summon monsters on the field can't activate their effects. That's pretty good, because most decks can't get over that. And then when it's summoned, you discard a card to set a spell or trap from your graveyard to it, to the field. And Summon Limit will win you games. This is literally how I won my games, with this and Dingirsu, which Galatea, at the time you can summon Galatea and protect all this, with Dingirsu, super good. And if you draw even better, you can summon Time Thief for Doer, which is good. I didn't attach any traps to it, which is the main reason I didn't want to use it. But when you use its effect, you can detach Martin or Emerald Bird, and they will get their effects. So that came up sometimes, which was very nice. And that was relevant. You want to banish it on your turn when you have Lambda. So you summon Lambda first, because it's a psychic monster. And at the end phase of Lambda, when you have this on the field, you'll search for Cyframe Gear Gamma, which Gamma is pretty good, and you can use Gamma because you have this lets you use Gamma. And then if you nab a trap with Redoer, that's pretty good. But that only happened once, so. And then we have Brotherhood of the Fire Fist Tiger King. Every LunaLight card monster is a Beast Warrior, and this searches for tanking if you haven't activated it. Also, it will negate non-Beast Warrior effects. That effect never came in. It never came up. But if they have the full negate board and they use their last negate or whatever, it just baits stuff. And then the Shadal Winda for the Shadal Fusion. It's super good against, what's it called? Salamangrate. They can't get over this basically. But most of the time I just use it for a link ladder. And then when it's into the graveyard, you add Shadal Fusion back. It's just a discard because you don't run anymore. Yeah, it's definitely nice. And then, and it can be destroyed by battle or card effects. And then you run the Entity package. This is not banned. I actually never used this. I used it in the featured match, but that's because I had no plays. Yeah, it's good. It stops hand traps. And so you can continue your play if you want to go like full in. But if you get gnomed, you die. This combo will die to gnome, so don't run gnome. But yeah, it's pretty good. You just link it away after. Oh, because it has to be the first XCs you summon if you want to do that. And then LunaLight Panther Dancer. You can send it with Kaleido Chick, which is the reason you run it, to use Wolf to summon Leo Dancer, which is how you can OTK on turn 2, because this can attack twice. It can't be destroyed. It's just like immune to a lot of things, and has 35 attack. When it attacks and kills a monster, it nukes their special summon monsters, the opponent's special summon monsters, and it can attack again. So if you have another monster, that's basically like game. So I kill people twice with this, but I'm not so crazy about it. I've heard other builds might be a little more consistent, but it's definitely an option you can run with the deck. So 15, and then the side deck. One more Radiant in case I see like decks that start with like a 1-card negate and then protect the castle type things. I cited the third a lot, so it definitely came up. I liked it. 3 severe mode for combo. Yeah, I want to play my game, and this will just let me play my game. And you don't need your normal summon, so that's pretty nice. So yeah, definitely nice card to run. Prangertops going second. You just side these against combo, and you can more than stand a chance, and you can actually OTK them if you draw well enough. But yeah, these are super good. Danko for back row heavy decks. I didn't play any really back row heavy decks, so that was unfortunate. I never got to side these. But yeah, it's really good. Like I said, you don't need your normal summon, but I'd probably cut it. Twin Twister for the same reason. I actually cited this going first because sometimes I don't want to draw Radiant or like Ash and Ogre going first, or even the Gammas, maybe depending on the matchup. So you use these to hit the LunaLight spells and traps, because if you don't open Kaleido Chick, you have no way to send fodder to the graveyard, LunaLight fodder. So this actually comes up, so it's nice. Order, if you're playing Sky Striker, you can just set it with Griffin instead of Summon Limit, but both are good. Both are nice choices. And then Cowboy for the attack effect. It won me a game. It was super good. So yeah, definitely a fun deck. Definitely my first stop, and I'm excited. And if you have any other questions, Alex?
That's it. Any quick shout outs?
I'd like to shout out Team Nightmare for being there, supporting me. Adam Kwan for giving me the idea of the deck. Cameron for giving me the summon limit idea. He told me to run it and I wasn't running it, which is super bad choice to not run it, and I did. Colin for also supporting me. Everyone at my card shop, my local card shop, thanks guys.